The evolution is about to begin. This is Evolution of Champions here at the world-famous Monster Factory. Alongside Cowboy Pete Carter, I'm Ferran Burgundy. Oh boy, do we have a night for you here.
Good evening, Paulsboro, New Jersey! And welcome to Monster Factory Pro Wrestling! Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, in case you were not aware, last night at CCW in Orlando, Florida's live event, David Goldie lost the Monster Factory Championship to former Monster Factory champion QT Marshall. What this means for the Monster Factory Championship, please stay tuned in all of our social media platforms for more details. Our opening contest is scheduled for many falls, and it is a gauntlet match for the Middleweight Medallion's #1 contendership.
Off to a hot start here, Ferran, with a gauntlet match for the Middleweight Medallion. And of course, that big announcement there from Derek Lewis. Everyone woke up this morning to surprise news that David Goldie is no longer the Monster Factory champion.
Absolutely wild.
Introducing participant #1, from Monterrey, Venezuela, weighing 180 pounds, El Trampulo Marcelos.
El Tramposo Mateo Marcelos, coming all the way from Venezuela.
Exciting to see him make his Monster Factory debut here tonight. Of course, the Middleweight Medallion currently held by Ty Awesome, so this will determine this gauntlet match who will face off against Ty in June.
A number of different competitors looking to certainly get into there, and well, none loonier than this one coming out.
A former Middleweight Medallion holder himself.
His opponent, from the Fairchild Asylum for the mentally deranged, weighing 230 pounds, this is Smiley!
Smiley making his way back to the ring. Of course, Smiley held that Middleweight Medallion and then lost it in a unification match to Chris Desmond of World Renowned. Now he has this chance here in this gauntlet match to get back on the championship track.
And certainly a unique way to do so here. A certain clash in styles, to be sure. You see Smiley flipping back into frame here.
Of course, this gauntlet match starts off two competitors in the ring. They'll go back and forth. Whoever wins that match, then another opponent will come out and face them. And really, Ferran, this is a test of endurance to see who's got the stamina to withstand all the people participating in this matchup.
It certainly is a test of endurance, and the Middleweight Medallion, the Middleweight division, certainly known for high flying, high risk, and high octane as well. So all it takes is one crash and burn, and you could potentially be done here.
Mateo Marcelos playing to the crowd. But Smiley's right there too, trying to see who can get the better reaction.
But Mateo Marcelos trying to get the upper hand, not able to do so, at least for the moment. Now jockeying back and forth here. Wait, do a crucifix roll and a 2 count, almost a 3 there.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Similar styles here, both lucha style wrestlers. Right now, going after the mask and just taking Smiley down to that mat and just raking in those eyes. Oh, he took off the mask, but Smiley had a second one underneath.
Well, be prepared. It's the Boy Scout, or should I say Scouting America motto.
There you go. Smiley, of course, always prepared here. And Mateo Marcelos, oh. Both these two bouncing off the ropes. Now Marcelos
setting up here, yeah, perched and right to the Kirchner.
Right in the backside. That'll get your attention real quick. Blocked now by Smiley. Up over the top. Going for a sunset flip, but Marcellus holds on.
But only for a moment. Gets a 2 count. Able to kick out, though. And now perched up on the shoulders.
Smiley spinning around, going for a Death Valley driver. Takes down Mateo Marcellus. Of course, with Smiley, he's starting off this match. He really needs to be careful and kind of conserve his energy because he's got multiple other people to face if he is able to put away Mateo Marcellus.
Well, not able to do so there with the Smiley go round, and 3 pinfall attempts, all ending at 2.
Back and forth. This is, I believe, from these competitors, they have faced each other in multi-person matches before, but this is, I believe, the first one-on-one encounter that they've had.
That is correct, and in every instance, Smiley has gotten the upper hand. Will that continue here, or will fortune turn around here for El Tramposo, better known as the trickster or cheater in Mateo Marcellus? You can see certainly applying a trick to that left elbow.
And using the ropes to his advantage and taking full advantage of that referee's count there. Driving an elbow into Smiley's shoulder. I'm just working that trapezius muscle there, squeezing and a smack to the side of Smiley's head. Marcellus now starting to get a little bit of an advantage here over Smiley. Just clotheslining Smiley from a prone position into that bottom rope, right
Nowhere
across
for
the
the
throat.
neck to go, but in the rope.
Just dragging Smiley down.
Couldn't tell if he had hair or mask on that one.
Maybe a little bit of both, but right now working over that left arm, twisting and pulling away. Smiley not happy with this situation, trying to get out of this with a slap to the face, blows to the side of the head.
Does get some brief separation, but only brief.
Look at that, Smiley popping right back up now. Flurry of offense, takes down Marcellus. Smiley regrouping now. Here's where that speed of Smiley may come into play. Catching Marcellus off the ropes. Fast-paced offense back and forth between these two.
Marcellus ducking that discus clothesline. Oh, now a leg trip.
Smiley up, bouncing over, nice. Aerial move
Moonsault
there.
Too, and no.
Scouted by Marcellus, who may have seen that coming, maybe perhaps in a prior match. But Smiley now.
Oh, wait, possibly looking here for the dementia driver. But no, again, had it scouted and focusing in back on that left arm and shoulder.
Just using the leverage there to take Smiley over, and now just wrenching away on that left arm that he's been working on, trying to get a submission here. Smiley might tap out. Makes it to the ropes with his foot. And we see the trickster once again taking advantage of that referee's count.
Yeah, couldn't quite get it done with that Jujigatami.
A little bit of confidence, perhaps cockiness here on Mateo Marcellus' part. Misses.
I was looking for that Comer El Piso.
Look at this.
Probably better known as seeing as a famouser, and instead.
Just so quick on Smiley. Now the cannonball into the corner.
After that T-virus type stunner.
Off the what?
There's the dementia driver.
Right off the second ropes, going down. Smiley moves on to the next opponent here in this gauntlet match. Very little time to recuperate. Just a few moments to catch his breath.
Here is the next contestant. She's quirky, she's unique, she's not like other girls, Stevie Brooks!
Stevie Brooks making her way out. Of course, Stevie Brooks competing last night on TRL ahead of her appearance next week at Bell to Bell. You have to question here, is Stevie Brooks making her way around the ring, taking a lap, just giving Smiley some time to recuperate, instead of going in and just going after him?
Yeah, strike while the iron's hot. In this case, strike while the wrestler's still recouping here.
Looking for a display of sportsmanship. Smiley's not sure what to make of this. Stevie Brooks is very trustworthy, though. I mean, no reason to think that there'll be shenanigans, right, Faron? Not from Stevie.
No.
Not from Stevie Brooks. Hey!
Oh, wait, there's a near side cradle. Or rather, a schoolboy roll-up.
Look at this, Stevie Brooks trying again. Smiley quickly out of that. Ducking under. Got the power and the martial arts background behind Stevie Brooks. Soaking in the adoration of the Paulsboro crowd here tonight at Evolution of Champions. This match, of course, for the middleweight medallion #1 contender position. Brooks off the ropes and Smiley just laying there for her. Have to wonder what he's thinking. Going for a fisherman. Oh, takes Stevie Brooks taking Smiley over. Impact, tremendous impact there on the back and upper shoulders.
But this is where you capitalize, and Stevie Brooks not quite doing that. That quirky, unique style, perhaps going against her here.
Well, the quirky, unique style, it doesn't really fit well in a gauntlet match where, you know, you need to win quickly. You don't waste any time, you don't waste any energy or any moves. High-octane offense, trying to get the job done, and a big clothesline into the corner there. Stevie Brooks onto Smiley. Smiley wobbly on his feet. Brooks now going for the cover, and Smiley's out at 2.
Just getting that right shoulder up.
Brooks picking him, Smiley up now. Positioning him in the center of the ring. I think we saw something like this. Oh, we did the other night. That's a finisher usually for Stevie Brooks, but Smiley survives.
Now going up onto the shoulders here.
Smiley wiggling his way out.
Now a schoolgirl roll up and almost getting a 3 there.
Stevie Brooks needs to pay attention. Oh, wow. Right to the face of Stevie Brooks. Has her rocked.
Charging him but over the top. Oh, and now an axe handle right onto the back. And wow, a somersault stunner.
And take a look, Stevie Brooks holding on to her jaw. Oh, that running cannonball. Smiley now going up top. Stevie Brooks prone into center. Beautiful reverse moonsault. And that's it for Stevie Brooks.
Next, the notorious Mimi!
Smiley's night just got a little more difficult as the notorious Mimi makes her way to the ring. Little time here for Smiley to recuperate. As Mimi removes her wings, we get ready for the third leg of this gauntlet match for the middleweight medallion #1 contendership. And Smiley quickly growing down, trying to catch Mimi off guard there.
Well, I mean, with this kind of offense, certainly able to do so. Now a schoolboy roll up the other way only gets 2. Oh, trying for a low bridge, does get it.
Mimi's still on the ring apron, trying to get back in, but Smiley catches her.
Just very disorienting is everything with Smiley here, but now laying some knees in.
Right into the sternum and the rib cage. Knocking Smiley senseless. Mimi on the outside now. Catch, oh! Sidewalk slam drops Mimi down to the mat. She kicks out at 2. Smiley, what's it? Working on Mimi's legs. Oh, into a surfboard type move.
But almost pinning himself in the process.
Very careful though, but he's got Mimi's legs. Of course, Mimi loves to fly off of those ropes, and working the legs, it's going to take away an important advantage that she has, but the strength of those legs throws Smiley off.
And now trying to bring Smiley to the middle of the ring and focusing in on that left arm.
Trying to get a submission here, trying to get Smiley to tap out.
And this is smart on the part of Mimi, noting that Mateo Marcelos had focused on that earlier in the match, going back to that shoulder and trying to weaken Smiley to the point where he won't be able to advance.
And of course, Smiley started off this match, so he's already faced 2 opponents. And now he has to deal with Mimi, who almost gets the win there.
A very fresh Mimi as well.
Which makes for a very dangerous Mimi. Mimi, of course, has fantastic endurance. Certainly can go for the long haul if she has to. Right now, just wearing Smiley down. Smiley escapes now.
Does roll her through.
Mimi right back on him, though. Off the ropes.
Timely flapjack, though, both individuals down.
That took a lot out of Smiley, who's just grasping that left arm now, trying to get feeling back into it. After the damage that's been done from Mateo Marcelos, and now from the notorious Mimi. Both competitors back up to their feet now, and Smiley gets the better of that, but Mimi straight back up and right back down again.
Spinning heel kick right on the mark.
Going for that crossbody now. Smiley, though, you can tell the gas tank might be getting a little empty there for On. A little slow to make that cover.
Left shoulder up on the part of Mimi.
Gone for the... Look at this. This is dangerous offense here. Oh! That could put Mimi out. Rolling her over now.
And barely kicking out is a notorious Mimi.
And you had to take a look at the angle that Smiley used there, putting his body weight down, making Mimi exert herself with overcome that leverage from that move.
Oh, trying to take a page out of Mimi's book, but not quite the area code, looking to dial up here. Instead, it's going to be a 6-1-0. My goodness.
Chester County in the house. Going for the cover now.
Left shoulder just barely up from Smiley.
Right now, Mimi starting to exert control, take control of this match now. Picks Smiley up. Sent into the corner. Mimi measuring now Smiley. Smiley goes in. Hip toss right in. Oh, into a tree of woe.
Oh, right in the corner. Not a good place to be. Gets up, though. Into a stunner.
That is innovative offense there from Smiley, making the best of a terrible situation, being in that tree of woe. Oh!
And then diving head first into the middle turnbuckle.
Smiley has to be dazed. Oh, and that's got to put him out for On.
Heaven sent.
It's not enough. She wants the submission.
She wants those wings of Saturn and gets the W.
here is the next participant, Isaac Taylor.
And look at this, look at Isaac Taylor wasting no time, right in and after Mimi, and Mimi's waiting for him. Of course, Isaac Taylor has it, and I think I know what it is, Ferran. It's a bad attitude. This big boy has not been very pleasant of late. Mimi all over him. Strike from Isaac Taylor now. Mimi on the ring apron.
Oh, now a boot right to the head.
Isaac Taylor now in the middle of the ring, going in, and Mimi catches him. Hurricane Rana takes him over. Offense from Isaac Taylor now trying to control. DDT on the notorious Mimi quickly. Isaac Taylor goes for the cover, and Mimi kicks out.
Saw the opportunity, wasn't able to fully capitalize on it.
Drops that elbow. I got to tell you, though, I'm impressed by this offense from Isaac Taylor. He knows what Mimi just went through with Smiley, and he is not giving her a moment's rest. Choking her now over the ropes using his knee. Driving the air out of Mimi's lungs. Taylor now picking up the notorious Mimi. Takes her down, going for that cover. Now this is where Isaac Taylor needs to stay on top, not get frustrated. Shin lock there on notorious Mimi. Crowd now trying to rally Mimi as she makes her way to her feet and takes Taylor over.
Looking perhaps for a suplex, but
nice
rolling
counter
through
from
with a
Mimi.
great bridge and the victory.
Impressive. Catches Isaac Taylor unaware.
Here is the next participant, Oliver.
Once again, we see this is what you need to do to win in this gauntlet match. Oliver's straight in. Mimi catching Oliver now. Tossing Mimi into the ropes. Quick roll up
Victory
here.
roll.
Oliver has to watch, picking up Mimi. Mimi down over the back. Mimi so quick, so good with escaping these moves. And a leg drop onto the neck and back shoulder area of Oliver.
But not able to put him away.
Super impressive here by Mimi now. This is her third opponent in this match, and she's still moving all four cylinders. No loss of speed. Beautiful backdrop there from Oliver, who goes for the cover. Mimi kicking out there at 2. Oliver waiting for Mimi to get up to her feet, going for that discus,
Looking for that ring of
misses.
fire. Gets hit with an X Factor instead.
Bounce of Oliver's head just bouncing off of that mat. Barely up to his feet. And now, oh!
Heaven sent.
And that's got to be it for Oliver. Mimi making short work of her opponents here after overcoming Smiley. But now,
And the final participant, Chris Desmond.
did you see that?
Oh,
Chris
my
Desmond.
goodness.
How smart is Chris Desmond? And this crowd is letting him have it. Chris Desmond, the former middleweight medallion holder, a tremendous champion. Losing that middleweight medallion holder in a match that had like 6 people, 2 puppets, and an imaginary friend. Deck was definitely stacked against him, and now he's back trying to reclaim the #1 contendership to that medallion, tossing Mimi to the outside.
Now for Desmond, this is advantageous, but might also be a bit questionable, as later tonight, Desmond is going to be involved in that winner-take-all match, that 3-on-3 match along with the rest of the members of World Renowned, against Lucas Twitch DeSangro and the Body Snatchers, God of Dad Bod and Marvelous.
Mimi just smacked off the wall. Of course, John Alba, you would think that he would be out here with Chris Desmond in a match of this importance, but I'm told John Alba is actually out looking for a third partner for that main event tonight. Of course, the Body Snatchers at the end of TRL last night, disposing of Brian Morris, dumping him in a field in Delaware. If Mimi has an arch nemesis in wrestling, it's that wall. And this crowd is just fed up with Desmond and his antics, but Chris Desmond right now, firmly in control.
They are incensed for sure.
Sending Mimi now back into the ring. This is where he has to win.
And was a second away from doing so, and the crowd getting behind the resilience of the notorious Mimi.
If you take a look at the look on Chris Desmond's face, a little bit of frustration evident there. He needs to take his time, stay on top of Mimi. Mimi has already faced off against 3 other competitors. She's worn down. But catches Desmond, right down onto his face, onto that mat. Holding on to his nose. His eyes might be watering, hard to see. Trying to get back to his feet. Clothesline takes him down.
Not once, but twice.
Mimi now fired up. Going into the corner. Catches Desmond with a big boot to the face, off the ropes, going back in, and another one. Desmond is rocked. Mimi climbing up, going to the top rope.
All
Desmond crossbody. And Desmond just barely kicking out of that. Tremendous energy and recuperation here from Mimi after receiving the brunt of those. He's slammed into the wall. Tossing Desmond down to the outside. Mimi back off the ropes.
Asking you want to see her fly. Tope suicida to the outside.
Right through that middle rope. Mimi now fired up. This crowd is fired up. Desmond, woozy. And now what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
And most certainly, as you can see, Mimi turning things up a notch, knowing that this is the last opponent, letting everything hang out here in this match.
A little bit of payback there for Desmond. Of course, earlier this year, Chris Desmond tossed the notorious Mimi off the top of a ladder. So it's got to feel good. Any pain or damage she can inflict on him. Going for the cover now.
No.
Look at Desmond kicking out of that.
An incredulous, notorious Mimi.
But that is the resilience of Chris Desmond. He's been in this situation before, Ferran. He has defended this middleweight medallion when he was the holder. Won all of his singles matches. Only losing that medallion in a ladder match. But Mimi now climbing up, going for a superplex here, second rope. Desmond fighting out. Very dangerous here now. Oh! Blue Thunderbomb off the second rope. But Desmond cannot capitalize. Crawling his way over, making his way over slowly, going for that cover now.
Slumping, hooking the leg, and able to kick out is Mimi.
Just incredible action here in our opening bout in Evolution of Champions. Misses with that heat seeker. Oh, ho, ho.
And there's Heaven Sent.
This could be it. Mimi has him down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 25 minutes, 58 seconds, and #1 contender for the middleweight medallion, the notorious Mimi, who will challenge the middleweight medallion holder, Ty Awesome, at our next event on June 1st, because we can.
Just an impressive performance from Mimi, outlasting 4 other competitors here in this gauntlet match to emerge as the #1 contender to the middleweight medallion.
Impressive, going through Smiley, going through Isaac Taylor, going through Oliver, and going through Chris Desmond. who now looks poised, but now has to shake that off and be able to focus in that winner-take-all. But then, as you said, looking for a partner still.
Yeah, still need to have that partner. Brian Morris wandering the railroad tracks in Delaware.
Your next match is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from the 215, weighing in at 215, he is the Broad Street Bully, Jake Manley.
And of course, we're on this match set up last night. Big battle royal on TRL, and some incidents, some anger between Jake Manley and Brett Waters, as Brett Waters tossed Jake Manley to the outside, and then Jake Manley snuck back in, bully that he is, returning in the favor and tossing Brett Waters over the top rope.
Yeah, certainly on brand for the Broad Street Bully, Jake Manley. His partner in crime conspicuous by his absence in Liam Black.
Jake Manley flying solo tonight, but I'll tell you, Jake Manley has been a tremendous competitor here, whether it's in a tag team with Liam Black or solo.
And his opponent, from Turnersville, New Jersey, weighing in at 207 pounds, Brett Waters.
This is going to be a real test for Jake Manley. Brett Waters, former Monster Factory champion, taking a lap around the ring as he makes his way in, hugging people.
They said we going too crazy, I said we don't give a
You can hear the ladies certainly love him.
Brett Waters soaking wet as he gets ready to face off against the Broad Street Bully. Of course, you'd have to think, Ferran, that the winner of this match would have to be in the conversation potentially to challenge the new Monster Factory champion, QT Marshall.
That could be an interesting matchup. I mean, it's still boggling my mind as, I mean, the last time that QT held that title was just over 7 years ago. I was here for that.
What goes around comes around, and right now Brett Waters taking control of Jake Manley. Of course, both of these two incredible technical wrestlers. Smart in the ring, between those ropes. And now Jake Manley, you look at this, using his legs to wrench on Brett Waters' head.
Able to get some separation and a shot as well there before cinching in that headlock.
Manley, an accomplished mat wrestler, trying to get out of this now, picking up Brett Waters, backing him into the ropes, out of the headlock now, catches a shoulder tackle, takes him down.
A little bit of a gun show before picking the pace back up again.
Manley
Leapfrog
leapfrogs
over the top, looking for the hip toss. Nope, countered the other way, and down goes Manley.
Brett Waters lining up into the corner now. Catches Manley with an elbow, then tosses him over. Brett Waters and his offense going for a quick pin now on Jake Manley.
Oh, good idea. Try to catch him while he's a bit dazed, catch him kind of napping. All you need is 3 seconds, but in this case, was only able to have 1.
Well, and that's the case with Jake Manley. Great ring awareness. Even when he's a little bit woozy. Waters getting him out of the corner now. Reversal, whip into the corner, but Brett scales the ropes. Manley misses and smacks his head on that second turnbuckle.
Huge back body drop.
Just drops Manley down, and Manley smartly rolling to the outside. Trying to regroup here, as so far in this match it's been all wet Brett Waters. And of course, as you pointed out, Ferran, Jake Manley does not have Liam Black as backup in his corner. He is on his own tonight. Brett Waters just bouncing Manley's head off that ring apron now. Manley fighting back.
Now charging him with a boot.
Watch the referees count now. They've been outside for a while. Oh, Manley's head just smashed off that ring post. Referee Ben Barnett now checking on Manley on the outside.
Now battling over here by the entranceway, but slowly making their way back to the ring.
Watching that count. Oh, right into the steps. Vicious assault by Jake Manley. Just Brett Waters, the small of his back, into those unforgiving steel stairs.
And I've lifted, those are not light.
Not at all, and Brett Waters says he's good to continue, but right now he is down and out on his back outside of the ring. Jake Manley going out to meet Brett Waters. Do some more damage. Smart move from Jake Manley, continuing to work on that back that was damaged by the steps.
Yep, spine first, right into that ring apron.
Jake Manley now reversing fortune, taking control of this matchup with Brett Waters. That's the thing with Jake Manley, calm, cool, and collected. And now he's just going to work, being very methodical on wet Brett Waters, sending Brett into the corner. More damage to that back. Spinning him around with a backbreaker.
Draped right across the knee. That cannot be good for those thoracic vertebrae.
And Jake Manley is a bully, but Jake Manley is also a surgeon when it comes to being in the wrestling ring. He can take a body part and just take it apart. He can work on it until it just doesn't function anymore. So for Brett Waters, take a look. It's got to be difficult for Brett Waters to stand. It definitely has to be painful.
Well, now yelling for the ref to check on Brett Waters, looking for a submission. We've seen that Waters has shown a great deal of endurance, both defending the heavyweight title when he had held it, and certainly since.
Just a tremendous opportunity here tonight for Jake Manley. Got the former champion now literally on the rope, slumped down in the corner. Manley now whipping Brett into the corner, following him in. Once again, a knee to the back. Brett now fighting back, but Manley just he's hyper-focused on damaging that lower back. Just clubbing blows, and Brett Waters is in a serious amount of pain. He's in a world of hurt.
Oh, he most certainly is. You can just see from the way, the body language, the body positioning.
Clubbing blows now. Brett trying to fight back, but Manley picking him up. Spinning him around. And Brett Waters, he needs to roll out of the ring at this point. He needs to take a break because Jake Manley is having his way with him.
And how much of that was a kick out and how much of that was just a spasm after the damage done to the nerves and muscles?
That's that champion's instinct, that reflex just to kick out at two even when you're barely with it. And look at this, wait a second. Brett Waters catching Jake Manley. Going in with that sleeper. Manley now on the verge of tapping perhaps. Crowd urging on Brett Waters. All of Brett Waters' weight on Jake Manley's back, and Manley fighting his way to his feet with his sleeper hold. And wet Brett Waters will not let go.
Was hoping to slip out, but not able to do so until now.
Just barely catching Brett right back to that lower back with a backbreaker. Manley.
Uranagi right onto the knee, and then another one onto the canvas as well. A senton splash and a split second away from victory.
The punishment that Jake Manley is dishing out here tonight, he is putting on a clinic in the ring for how to take a man apart. And Brett Waters, he's surviving right now, Ferran. That's all he can do, faced with this onslaught from Manley.
Just instincts kicking in, just trying to fend Manley off, just trying to get any moment of respite. But as bullies tend to be, Jake minimally relenting at best.
That's the thing, you take a look. Jake Manley just had a smile on his face this far into the match. He knows he's in control. Dragging Brett Waters now into the corner, into the deep end, as it were, and holding on to the leg for dear life as Manley clubs Brett Waters free.
Looking perhaps for a wheelbarrow power bomb, and almost gets three. No, into
this crab. Jake Manley has been making people tap out. He is a submission machine, wrenching backwards. For Brett Waters, this has to be agonizing after all the damage that his lower back has taken, fighting his way out, trying to crawl down to the ring ropes.
Just bending the lumbar in a way that's not supposed to go.
Absolutely not. Brett Waters' chiropractor is going to be getting a phone call tomorrow morning for an emergency session. Both competitors now making their way, trying to get back to their feet.
If he wants, I can recommend a good one, but...
To get in the middle, Brett now, jawbreaker on Manley, sends him down. That's the first offense really we've seen from Brett in a while. Fighting his way back into this, trying to. Has Manley by the waist. Reversal now. Up. There you see the trouble Brett Waters has, just staying on his feet with the damage to that back. Oh, Manley misses. Went in with that knee that's been so successful for him already in this match. Oh!
Tornado DDT.
And this is Brett Waters' chance. If he's going to get back into this match, Ferran, it's got to be right here and right now, as Manley is down and dazed.
But both individuals down here. The crowd chanting for Brett Waters, looking to take out this Broad Street bully in Jake Manley.
Trying to rally Brett Waters back to his feet, making his way up, just holding on to those ropes for support.
And a small contingency rooting for Jake Manley as well.
Forearms back and forth now to the head. Brett Waters getting the better of the exchange for a moment there, but Manley's right back on him. Brett Waters. Oh, just a kick to Manley's midsection. Now we see the strikes from Brett Waters.
Wait a minute. Oh, I thought we might see his favorite part.
I thought the same thing, Ferran, but Jake Manley nipped that in the bud, as it were. Jake Manley now going in there.
Oh, wait, rolling through, possibly looking to put on American water torture.
Trying to make his way to the ropes, Jake Manley. Brett.
Kicked
Manley
away.
out of that. Oh. These two back and forth, just beating the living daylights out of each other. And there we go once again. Manley sticking with what works. And here we go.
Looking perhaps for the 2-1 drive, and
he hits it. That should be it. That could be it. Oh my goodness.
What? The left shoulder.
We take a look at Brett Waters. The heart, the spirit of Brett, refusing to give up. Fighting back and kicking out after taking the best that Manley has to give. Manley now going to the outside and climbing those ropes. Brett is prone in the ring and trying to crawl over there. If Manley hits this or lands on the lower back of Wet Brett Waters, oh, luckily Brett is out of the way.
A very timely dodge.
My goodness, both of these two giving it their all here tonight at Evolution of Champions at the Monster Factory. Teeing up, but Brett catches him. Oh! We see the strikes from Wet Brett Waters. And Manley now is rocked.
We are gonna see it.
Ah! My goodness. The impact from Wet Brett Waters. Jake Manley crashing to the mat.
But the damage done, Waters not quite able to capitalize on that burst of adrenaline.
Now picking Manley up.
And there's
Unbelievable.
waterfall, 2 and 3.
Wow.
Here's your winner at a time of 13 minutes and 45 seconds. Wet Brett Waters.
Just a gutsy comeback performance there from Wet Brett Waters. Jake Manley destroyed Wet Waters' lower back throughout most of the match, had him on the ropes, nearly put him away several times, but Wet Brett hangs on and pulls out the victory. But for that man, Jake Manley, an impressive showing here tonight. Jake Manley is a main event player here at the Monster Factory, but Wet Brett Waters is your winner.
Yeah, say what you will about Jake Manley. His tactics aren't the greatest, but he definitely showed a lot here tonight.
Especially against a former Monster Factory champion. Brett Waters, of course, making his way now around the ring and thanking those fans. And you know those fans had to play a role in helping Brett power through and survive in this match.
Absolutely. Great acknowledgement from all the fans here.
It's a fantastic night so far here at Evolution of Champions for Ron, and we're just getting started. More to come, including that big main event, the Body Snatchers and Lucas Twitch DeSangro against World Renowned. Everything is on the line. Winner take all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Classy Max Sterling and the assistant Michael C.
Well, this is a bit of a unique appearance, something that we haven't seen in quite a bit here. I don't think we have that gambling wheel, at least not off the top of my head here. But we do have Classy Max Sterling with a microphone, and he also looks ready to fight. A lot of determination here as fans holding up goober signs to describe Michael Z, the assistant, who's holding the ropes open there for Classy Max Sterling. Looks none too pleased with this Paulsboro crowd, letting him know exactly how they feel about him.
Just like I said last night, we are here for a tag team challenge, and we're still waiting for somebody who's willing to step up to guaranteed class. So let's find out whose it's gonna be.
Oh my goodness, looks like we're about to party like it's 2005. Well, the hotshot Mike Reed used to singles competition, but wait a minute. Another OG here from the MFPW in Rico de la Vega, the Cartel Kingpin.
Traveling back in time for Ron. Old school in the ring.
Well, that's the music of the Italian Tank. Is that Paul Ridley
That is
with him?
Paul Ridley with the Italian Tank. Of course, the Italian Tank, the Dawn, sent the Italian Tank on a bit of a getaway to refocus and recenter himself. So, see how that plays out tonight.
And there's the King piece from our juniors division.
Cameron Pierce, impressive lately. Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
That's 2 days in a row that I caught the shirt.
Brian Murphy from the world famous Monster Factory. So that's two of our commentary team. Do you have a partner as well there?
I don't know if I'm medically cleared for on. Old age is a disease. But
Who are you telling?
Take a look at these two. Hey, Cameron Pierce these last couple weeks on TRL has just been outstanding.
3 teams. You wanna make this an elimination challenge? Is that what y'all wanna do? Okay. All right, Derek, let's make this official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a tag team 4-way elimination match. Introducing team number 1, Paul Ridley and the Italian Tank. Next, the Cartel Kingpin, Rico De La Vega, and the Hotshot, Mike Reed. The team of the Kingpiece, Cameron Pierce and Brian Murphy, Children at Heart. And the assistant Michael Z and classy Matt Sterling, Guaranteed Class.
Well, this is a very unique clash of styles between all 4 of these teams here. And we have an old school 4-way dance.
That's interesting. And it's, yeah, elimination match here for Ron. And of course, the whole purpose of this match for Max Sterling and Michael Z is to make sure that they are indeed back on the same page, that they are in sync. Now we have Michael Z starting off against the Italian Tank. Italian Tank looking bigger and more powerful than ever.
And Mike Z, while certainly extremely fit, this might be a questionable way to go here. It's not exactly Little Mac and King Hippo.
No, not exactly. Little punch-out action here as Michael Z has worn himself out.
Little rope-a-dope action there, and
the Tank sends, whoa, hold on. Mike Z is back in the corner there. Looked like he was trying to tag in Max, but
well, any individual can be tagged in a match like this.
Here comes hotshot Mike Reed.
An individual who brings experience to the table here.
Straight from the year 2005. Facing off now against the Italian Tank. So we've got experience versus power. And Reed now trying. Tank reverses, just sends Reed crashing to the mat. So far, the Tank is holding court in the center of the ring. Now Rico De La Vega, look at this. Good, smart double team move here from this OG tag team.
Oh, charges on through.
Red
Double
Rover,
shoulder
Red
tackle.
Rover. Send the Tank on over and right through. Tagging in Paul Ridley. Look at innovative double team offense.
Dragon leg drop.
The Italian Tank and Paul Ridley teaming up here now, and Paul going in, catches De La Vega with a clothesline. And another. Oh, look at this. Oh, belly to belly. Barely gets De La Vega over, but the damage is done. Now Paul Ridley. Oh, gets caught by the more experienced De La Vega. Going for the cover now.
Leg 2.
Ridley barely kicking out. He needs to tag out to someone, anyone, any of these other competitors in the ring.
I should also note that if one member of a team either is pinned or submits, their team is eliminated.
Now we see Rico De La Vega sending Paul Ridley back and forth and just holding on to him, and those knees to the stomach. And for Paul Ridley, hanging on in there, but he is taking a beating right now at the hands of Rico De La Vega.
Now, you would think that one of these two would go and tag in either Max Sterling or Mike Z. They're the ones who put this challenge out here, and all it's doing for Guaranteed Class is making their job easier as these other 3 teams kind of pick at each other and then leave the scraps for Guaranteed Class as we have an old-fashioned airplane spin.
Oh! And De La Vega drops Paul Ridley like checked baggage. Ridley is not cleared for takeoff as he is woozy from that spin. Trying to make a tag just anywhere, Paul, anywhere. No, you can't. Paul Ridley just pinned referee Ruby O'Connor. That's, I've seen everything now for Ron.
I'm speechless. And De La Vega gets the pin.
Wow.
Paul Ridley and the Italian Tank have been eliminated.
Well, Ridley did get a pin, but here comes Kingpiece Cameron Pierce quickly trying to capitalize on the chaos there. We see the speed of the Kingpiece. Whoa!
And
Look
we see
at
the
this.
balance as well.
My goodness!
You need that kind of momentum.
And here comes Brian Murphy, who is on a win streak. Impressive. Cameron Pierce using Brian Murphy as a stepping stool. And Murphy now going for a cover.
Right shoulder up at 2. I mean, I
Kicking
will
out.
say for Cameron Pierce, I mean, just 13 years of age and has a great deal of poise already.
That's, I say it every time I see him in the ring. Just think how good he's going to be 1 year from now, 5 years from now. It's breathtaking when you think about it. And there's Reed.
Well, there's the inexperience for Murphy and the experience from Hotshot Mike Reed coming into play, delivering that clothesline when Murphy not focusing his attention. That's the issue with multi-person matches.
Brian Murphy from the world-famous Monster Factory just got taken out by Mike Reed from the year 2005, and now double team effort here as Rico De La Vega. Oh! So gross. Mike Reed just spitting in his hands and then rubbing it all over the face of Brian Murphy.
And now just proud of his handiwork. I'm sure he's going to put that in his Zanga later.
Ugh.
Or maybe his live journal.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what
sure
I say. I'll
which.
tell you what, Mike Reed needs to have a New Year's Eve party and make it into 2006 because I'm fresh out of 2005 puns. But right now, Brian Murphy is fresh out of energy as he gets knocked right down from that
He's not
elbow from
completely
Reed.
out. Bridges out not once but twice.
Forcing Murphy, though, to spend some energy. Mike Reed now. And you can tell that Mike Reed and Rico De La Vega, they are OG because they're just in and out. And you're right, Mike Z and Max Sterling have just been casual observers this entire time. They're just watching the OGs take out other teams and doing damage to Brian Murphy. Cameron
It
Pierce
is
now
puzzling for sure.
trying to rally Brian Murphy. Murphy looking woozy. Taking him over now. What is Mike Reed doing here? Mike Reed now.
Oh, he's just taunting here. Yeah, just reach a little further, a little further.
Stretching out, but don't underestimate Brian Murphy. Raking those bootlaces right across the face.
Yeah, Reed was in control the entire time.
Never underestimate the hotshot Mike Reed, a very dangerous competitor. Sends Murphy now into the corner, but misses, and Murphy gets out of the way. And now Murphy's gonna try to make the tag to the king piece, but he gets blocked. Look at that, the speed of hotshot Mike Reed. Cutting off Brian Murphy before he can make that tag, and now Rico De La Vega's back in him for the double team effort. Murphy ducks though. Oh, sends Reed into De La Vega, and here comes the king piece. And I don't think Mike Reed is aware of the tag. I don't think either of them are.
Oh, but the cross body block. Wait,
Oh, look at
but
that!
over the top there, two, and wow.
Impressive.
Hotshot Mike Reed and Rico De La Vega have been eliminated.
What a great double team move from the king piece and Brian Murphy. Children at heart. And here comes Max Sterling to spoil that celebration. Sterling now taken down by the king piece Cameron Pierce.
Tilt-a-whirl head scissors.
Max Sterling, though, taking down Cameron Pearson. For Max Sterling, he's got the strength, the size, and the age advantage.
Well, that's the concern here, is you now have Brian Murphy, who you can see on the apron barely has anything left, and you have a fresh, guaranteed class, and now they're just picking apart this teenager.
And here comes Mike Z. And so far, you gotta say, guaranteed class, they have been on the same page for the time that they have. Woo! Maybe I spoke too soon. Very close there. Mike almost hitting Classy Max Sterling. But now, Sterling back in.
Enziguri.
Right on the shoulder, right on that deltoid. Max going after Brian Murphy, who ducks out of the way, and Murphy takes Max down. Headbutt from Brian Murphy. And another, putting that giant noggin to use. Here we go. Could this be it for Brian Murphy? Announcing who he is and where he's from. Gets caught by Sterling. Oh!
What power on the part of Classy Max Sterling. Catching
wow.
Murphy in midair and just suplexing him over.
And guarantee class, they are on the same page. Look at the teamwork between the two of them now. Quick tags in and out and taking care of business with Brian Murphy. Wait a second, could this be it? It is! Oh my goodness!
We're finally
Tonight's
gonna
the night.
see it?
This is it. Wait, Max?
He said they don't deserve to see it.
Wait a second. They were
Oh, wait a minute.
let's-
Schoolboy roll up here. No.
Max breaks up the pin cover, but they were doing so well. Mike Z, he could have actually hit it for once. Ah! Driving Murphy into the mat now, going for the cover. And Max and Mike are your winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 11 minutes, 59 seconds. The winners of this bout, Guaranteed Class.
Well,
The class action did it.
not much to say. I'm just still a little bit disappointed. Actually, I'm a lot disappointed. I really want to see a Mike Z guarantee, and I really thought he was going to hit it tonight.
And
But now-
just like that, Guaranteed Class has finished part 1. We're back on the same page. These people, they don't deserve to see that move. I know, and the time when you were finally gonna get it, they were too excited. They ruined it. It's their fault. It's their fault. Now, we are on the same page. The tag team is working, right? Right? Now, part 2. Part 2 is to prove that you know how to listen to me and take direction, okay? We do this, we are going to get those tag team titles, all right? I need you to do one thing. All you need to do is take one spin of the Wheel of Punishment and we're square.
Wait a second.
After all the mix-ups, shut up! Shut your mouths! Hey,
Here I thought we weren't going to see the wheel.
you put me through a table. You hit me with this. You hit me with the cane in your mouth. I understand, but you are the assistant. So you do this, we're square. You'll never see the wheel again. We'll go, donate it to some poor children's birthday party. I don't know, something. You'll never see it again. Just do one spin. Look, you might get something easy. You might be like compliment the winner. Or like it's so easy. There's so many like normal ones. Come on. Okay? All right, yes.
I don't believe
knew I could count on you, Michael.
Mike, well, you know what, though, Ferrani?
Michael,
If this
this is
evens
gonna
everything
be so
out,
Good. All right. No more wheel after this, I swear. Cameraman, come here.
this
Come
evens
here.
everything.
We're gonna see this wheel, okay? We're gonna nice spin for Mike.
The wheel goes round and round to see what the punishment's going to be. Wait a second. What?
Oh! It landed on kendo stick, man.
Wait.
I didn't touch it at all. Shut up. Listen.
Well, you know,
Listen.
maybe the
Shut your mouths.
all that slamming of the
Michael.
ring might have affected the balance of
Fair.
the wheel.
I mean, it
Fair
might
is
have,
Fair.
but
Fair is fair. Fair is fair.
there's like 15 labor
All right.
laws violations
Fair
right
is
here.
fair. You take one of these, no more wheel. We're a tag team. We get tag titles.
Listen to these people.
You gotta do this. You do this one thing. Michael, do this one thing for me, and you'll be square. I will move you up to an official. Do one thing. Let go.
Oh, my goodness.
All of you people are to blame for this.
Slapping the taste
You have put
out of Mike Z's
stupid
mouth.
thoughts in his head. You would say goober, and now you're cheering him. Now
Oh.
you're cheering him. Make up your minds. You people are so fickle.
Wait a second. Oh!
Oh no!
Michael Z has had enough. And these people are losing their minds. Look at this.
The mic drop!
I think that it's safe to say that Mike Z has given his notice, and no 2 weeks, Ferran. He is done with Max Sterling. Shocking turn of events here at Evolution of Champions.
Most certainly. I don't think he's getting any severance for this, that's for sure.
But he is free, and look at it, taking a lap around the ring. These fans love this. For months they've been chanting "Free Mike Z," and they are thanking him now. So, do you think that Max might hire me as an assistant? No, I think there's a job opening now. Referee's trying to help Max Sterling to his feet. I don't even know if he's 100% aware of what happened.
Well, if you're looking into that, you may want to make sure you have a good insurance plan.
So true, so true. Max Sterling, though, well, I'm sure we have not heard the end of this. Oh. So we are coming up now on a match that was set
Ladies
up
and
last
gentlemen, if you guys
night.
having a good time, make some noise!
That big battle royal on TRL.
All right, I just want to let you guys know that we have two more matches. Two more matches. The next one being for the Arena Championship, and the main event will be for the Tag Team title and the Supersonic Championship. Also, you can go to the back to our concession stands and you can get $5 VIP passes for meet and greets for all of the wrestlers after the show. There will not be a press conference, but there will be a meet and greet. You can get your autograph, your pictures, and you can actually get some of our wrestlers' merchandise. You guys sound good? $5 VIP, and also, we have a birthday in the house. We have somebody that celebrated a 7th birthday. Kyle, are you here? Hey guys, can we sing happy birthday to Kyle? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kyle. Happy birthday to you. Give it up for Kyle, guys. 7 years old. Give it up. All right.
So this Arena Championship match was set up on TRL last night with a battle royal that Christian Darling came out on top, and he will now challenge Travis Jacobs.
I'm going harder than a G is going stupid. Stop trying to break me, doofus. I'm stronger than 100 bazookas in the hand of some shooters or some bazookas on they block moving units. Yeah, going hard for the movement. Fools gonna try to bruise it, but you just gotta do it. Put it on your brain and get to it. It's nobody stopping you like you is.
This is an interesting development, as these two actually did face off, as I'm sure you remember to some degree, some 14 weeks ago at TRL episode 24.
I believe that was Groundhog Day for us. So a little repeat action here, a rematch. See if Christian Darling can break the cycle, though, and overcome the Arena Champion Travis Jacobs.
Yep, we'll see if history repeats itself like it did on Groundhog Day, or perhaps will Christian Darling say, nah, I got you, babe.
Here comes Travis Jacobs.
Do you think most people understood that reference?
I hope so, maybe.
One thing they do understand is the tenacity of the Arena Champion in Travis Jacobs.
Travis Jacobs, a dominant Arena Champion. Since winning that title from Xander Alexander several months back. Interesting to note, Ferran, that both the Notorious Mimi and Stevie Brooks
This
stayed
contest
behind.
is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit, and it is for the Monster Factory Arena Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Blackwood, New Jersey, weighing in at 220 pounds, primetime Christian Darling. And the champion, weighing in at 260 pounds, he is the Monster Factory Arena Champion, Travis Jacobs!
The inevitable icon himself. As we get ready to start this Arena Championship match.
Well, there is the bell. We are underway.
These two, of course, very familiar with each other, as we touched on just a few moments ago.
No shortage of challengers for Travis Jacobs, since, as you noted, winning that title against Xander Alexander back at Factory Reboot.
It's back in January. Of course, both of these two, strength and power are their fortes.
They also have an impressive amount of agility as well.
Travis Jacobs has a bit of a size advantage over primetime Christian Darling, but see if Darling can neutralize that here tonight. Oh. Starting out with a clubbing right forearm. Darling returns the favor. Sort of feeling out process here. Feeling those forearms right to the sides of their faces. Battle for dominance, and right now looks like Travis Jacobs got the initial upper hand. I think playtime is over for Ron.
I mean, that's what this is. This is just two alphas. One trying to, both trying to dominate the other.
Slapping each other into Sunday.
This is Annie, get your gun right here. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
Jacobs blocks that one. Now with that headlock and off the ropes. Primetime Christian Darling catches him. Holds on now. Jacobs goes down. Primetime looks to be a little hot around the collar. Oh, just a big boot to the face.
Hooks the leg, two, and just
awful
able to
close.
power out. Very close.
I'll tell you what, Travis Jacobs holding his jaw there, loosened a tooth potentially. Oh!
And that's why they're high-risk maneuvers.
Grabbing his midsection there. Hopefully he didn't pull something on his way down. Travis Jacobs picking up. There's the power of Travis Jacobs, but Darling escapes. Primetime going for a choke slam, and he gets it. My goodness. Travis Jacobs, not a small man. And Primetime Christian Darling almost gets the pin. Just impressive strength from Primetime Christian Darling to pick up Travis Jacobs like that. And now Darling stomping on Jacobs in the corner. Referee counts. Primetime Christian Darling's offense as he pounds away at Travis Jacobs. Just choking him out, taking advantage of the ref's count. Have to pull out all the stops, Ron, if you want to be successful against Travis Jacobs and take that arena championship home. Blow to the kidneys now, working on that lower back.
Well, Darling, having briefly held the title before, knows what it takes to win it. And with the success that Travis Jacobs has had defending that title over the last 4 months, certainly knows what it takes to keep it.
Working on stomping a mud hole in him, as they like to say back in the day. Now picking up again. Slams Travis Jacobs down, and Darling goes up. Big splash, going now for the cover. I think Primetime thought he had him there, but Jacobs powers out of that. Darling back now on the offensive, taking Travis Jacobs over.
Snapmare takeover.
Going once again for that cover. Cinching it in, but Jacobs makes his way out. Crowd now rallying. I'm gonna guess that they're clapping for Travis. Both of these men popular with the fans most of the time here at the Monster Factory. Oh, the forearms from Travis Jacobs smacking off the side of Primetime Christian Darling's head.
Back elbow, and again a lateral press, this time not hooking the leg and trying to keep those shoulders down, but those are large shoulders in which to do so.
Absolutely, but you take a look at Primetime Christian Darling, and you know, he's not a small man either, so Jacobs having to expend energy to get out of that, trying to pick him up, but Jacobs too much. Reverses now, going for a suplex of his own. Back and forth now. See who gets the leverage advantage here. Jacobs now pounding away at the midsection of Christian Darling. Darling over the back, reverses over the back. Oh my goodness, German suplex.
No bridge, all impact.
Wow.
260 pounds all down on the shoulder to neck, and you can see the result. Struggling to get to his feet is Travis Jacobs.
Primetime Christian Darling now putting together some sustained offense on the arena champion. Misses with that boot and gets caught up in the ropes. Look at one-handed choke slam from that, had to be from 5 or 6 feet up in the air. The impact on Primetime Christian Darling, just a devastating power move from Travis Jacobs.
The arena championship on the line. The champion, Travis Jacobs. The challenger, Christian Darling. Two hosses going at it.
And every time these two meet up, Ferran, it is a battle to the finish. No quarter given, none expected. Clubbing blows back and forth, back to the chops. Oh, turned Christian Darling inside out. Travis Jacobs now measuring Christian Darling, Primetime, trying to make his way back to his feet here. Crowd trying to rally. Darling smartly out of the way. Oh. Jacobs now trying to pick up Darling, but blocks. Oh my, he tossed him almost halfway across that ring, and Darling right now just grasping his lower back. He landed hard. Referee might want to check there. Darling makes his way up to his knees.
But again, Darling learning from 14 weeks ago.
Under those ropes. Didn't make his way to the floor though, as Jacobs now working on taking him back in. But Darling blocks. Ooh.
Slingshotting from those ropes has not exactly been the friend of Christian Darling thus far.
He landed that, though, right on the side of Travis Jacobs' head. Got that one right on the chin.
Just that split second trying to regain the footing. That was the opportunity that Travis Jacobs needed, and now, oh, this is a dangerous, precarious position for both.
Going up there, going for a superplex from that second rope. Oh, devastating, and he hits it. That'll knock the wind out of you, and he's picking him back up. That's not enough. He wants to make sure.
Hits the breakthrough.
He wants to make sure that is it. Or it's not. Primetime Christian Darling staying in this fight. Incredible spirit from Primetime as he is taking the arena champion, testing him to the limit here at Evolution of Champions.
Champion poised, waiting for the challenger to get back to some semblance of a vertical base, perhaps looking for that travesty. That's what Jacobs used to beat Darling back on TRL.
Getting him into position. But wait a second. Darling reverses.
Rolling through, looking for a fireman's carry.
Clubs taking the elbows to the side of the head. But Primetime says no way.
Looking for that TKO.
Oh, just drapes him over the ropes. More damage to that midsection. Sending Travis Jacobs out to the floor. And what is Christian Darling thinking here? Over the top, he catches him. Both men crashing to the floor.
Oh my goodness.
Christian Darling finding his second or third win here in this arena championship match.
But you can win that title only in the ring, and that is where he throws Travis Jacobs.
Primetime now. Look at that. Zigzag type maneuver now going for the cover, hooking the leg. Oh!
Right shoulder just barely up. I thought we had a new champion.
Christian Darling now. Primetime can't get frustrated here. Travis Jacobs, the inevitable icon, taking everything that Christian Darling can hand out, staying in this match. Now we see tempers flaring a bit here. Jacobs now crawling into the corner. He's continuing to get boots down to the midsection, the chest. Waiting now for Jacobs to try to make his way back to his feet. Darling going in now.
Gets the clothesline.
Going right back in for another. There's two. Jacobs is reeling in the corner. He's woozy. Oh!
Or is he?
He is not. Both men now on the mat. Referee begins his count. So much that each man has given in this match. So much each has taken. And now as they make their way back to their knees, we're back where we started, exchanging slaps. Oh, look at Travis Jacobs' face. That scowl is not good news for anybody.
Both disoriented, but both still bringing the fight.
Wow, that's spinning discus punch there from Jacobs. And now Primetime Christian Darling woozy, barely holding himself up on the ropes. A Superman punch there. Back and forth action in this tremendous Arena Championship match here at Evolution, the champions of the Monster Factory.
Ducks the clothesline.
Spinebuster!
And a beauty.
Takes
Floats
him down.
over. Barely
Driving
held
him.
onto the leg, but now sticking on to that arm that went up.
Both of these men have to be nearly spent at this point. Going up for a pedigree, but Jacobs reverses. Lands that knee solidly on primetime Christian Darling's chin. Back and forth.
Oh, set up here for the travesty.
He got him up. Ah, he knocks him down. Christian Darling might be out as Jacobs goes for the cover. 1, 2, and 3.
Here is your winner at a time of 14 minutes and 25 seconds, and still the Monster Factory Arena Champion, Travis Jacobs!
Well, it was the travesty that got Jacobs the victory back on TRL 24. 14 weeks and a day later, it is the travesty once again that keeps Travis Jacobs your arena champion.
These two, though, Faron, so evenly matched throughout this contest. Could have gone either way, but once again, primetime Christian Darling comes up on the short end. Display of sportsmanship here, once again. But my goodness, just an absolute brawl between these two. Power move after power move, with the arena champion retaining here tonight.
And I, for one, wouldn't mind seeing a rematch down the road, as the first two have been outstanding.
It's an instance of a Groundhog Day not being a bad thing. Another classic between these two. Gotta be frustrating, though, for primetime Christian Darling, but Travis Jacobs is still your Monster Factory Arena champion.
Now coming up, we have our main event. World Renowned versus the God of Dad Bod and Marvelous. You know them as the Body Snatchers, along with Lucas Twitch DeSangro, the respective tag team and supersonic champions. It is a winner-take-all 3-on-3. But there's been some battles that have been drawn.
There's
outside
Before
of the
we
ring.
announce our next match, I want to remind you guys once again, we have $5 VIP tickets being sold at our concession stand for a meet and greet for all of our wrestlers following tonight's event. Again, there will not be a press conference. Also, next Saturday, the promotion that's owned by our very own Missy Sampson, Bell to Bell, presents Ding Dong here at the world famous Monster Factory. Doors open at 2:30, bell time 3 p.m. And you can get your tickets here at the door or online at bell2bell.com. With that, it is now time for the main event of the evening.
Now here's the mystery, Faron. Who is the third man that's coming out with World Renowned, as Brian Morris was taken out last night at the end of TRL?
Well, you see clutching his jaw for a moment was Chris Desmond, who was involved in that middleweight medallion #1 contender gauntlet match earlier. And you see a look of focus, but also a look of concern on the parts of World Renowned. And there's a distraught John Alba?
And John Alba does not look happy. I don't know if John Alba, who would step in and help out World Renowned? They don't exactly endear themselves to a lot of people. So that may have been a fruitless search. This may end up turning into a handicap match. Still, though, you have to like world-renowned chances. Nick Petit, the Focus, and Chris Desmond, incredible wrestlers in their own right.
Okay, all right. So, the last 24 hours have not been great for World Renowned. The Body Snatchers took Brian Morris. He's somewhere in the field. I hope he has water. I don't know if he's okay. I'm very concerned. We don't have a third man for this trios match.
Wow.
And listen, last night on TRL, I came out here and I made a promise to everyone. World Renowned is doing things the right way. We're done cheating. When you blindsided Mimi earlier, that's not how we do business anymore. We're bringing some prestige back to the world-famous Monster Factory. We're gonna make things world-renowned around here. And I was searching all night long in the back looking for a third partner. And over the last 2 years, and I take a lot of fault for this, we've pissed a lot of people off.
That's an understatement.
And I take the blame for that. And I finally came up with a solution. I came up with a solution.
My phone didn't ring.
A third person for the match.
Big news. Who's the third man? What? Wait a second.
I'm the third man.
Whoa! What? Are you kidding me?
I know that I'm not the most qualified person to be here. I'll probably get my ass kicked, honestly. But we do things the right way. And if I can make up and atone for the things we've done wrong, I want to do right by you. I want to do right by you. You are world renowned. You are world renowned. Brian Morris, wherever you are world renowned. We're going to do this. Body Snatchers, Twitch. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ferran, was John Alba visited by 3 ghosts? Did he have a Mr. Scrooge moment? I don't understand the words that are coming out of his mouth as we see the Supersonic Champion making his way to the ring for this important main event matchup here at Evolution of Champions.
Well, you see Twitch looking a little different than usual. That brace on his shoulder, I had the chance to talk with him earlier. He has a sprained AC joint, and that was due to that heinous attack by Nick Petit backstage.
There's Nick Petit with that attack, and then releasing a diss track about Twitch, and these two, the Monster Factory Tag Team Champions, the Body Snatchers.
Marvelous already yelling, stack 'em up.
The intimidation is these two slowly making their way to the ring, giving people, especially John Alba, time to think about what is about to happen potentially to him in this matchup tonight.
Well, he said it bluntly. He said he's likely going to get his you-know-what kicked.
I'm concerned.
I was curious if it was a promise.
I'll tell you what, though. You took a look at the faces of Nick Petit and Chris Desmond when he announced himself as the third man. They were not happy, unlike these fans who are overjoyed to see the God of Dabot and Marvelous, the Monster Factory Tag Team Champions, the Body Snatchers.
And they look poised. But I will say this about World Renowned. In a match like this, they have everything to gain and practically nothing to lose.
So true, but you know, they've really been trying to get back to their, they really haven't had any success since we've been here.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is the winner-take-all 6-man tag team match for their Monster Factory Tag Team Championship and the Monster Factory Supersonic Championship with a 1-hour time limit. Introducing the challengers, Chris Desmond, the Focus Nick Petit, and John Alba, World Renowned.
crowd letting World Renown know that you can try to change your evil ways, but they don't really care at this
Their
point.
opponents, first, at a total combined weight of 69 tons of dark matter, they are the reigning, defending Monster Factory Tag Team Champions. The line of world there is marvelous, the god of death blood. They are the Body Snatchers.
What a tremendous main event we have here tonight.
From Levittown, Pennsylvania, weighing 193 pounds, he is the reigning, defending Monster Factory Supersonic Champion, Lucas Twitch DeSegro.
And has his own honorary Body Snatcher Hawaiian shirt.
It looks good on him, I have to say. Here's the thing, though. World Renowned has not had much success since we've been here, and tonight they can reverse all of that. With a win tonight, they restore the Tag Team Championships, they restore a singles title to the group. Everybody has gold. I'm going to assume they will invoke the Freebird rule so that when Brian Morris eventually makes his way back from Delaware, he can swap in with Chris Desmond or Nick Battie.
But not John Alba?
Well, I mean, John Alba, I mean, technically he could be with the Freebird rule as well. But right now we are underway, and we're going to start off with these two. These two have had issues for the last couple of weeks as Nick Battie wants to reclaim that Supersonic Championship that he once held, injuring Twitch in the process last week.
This is a very impressive amount of resolve on the part of Twitch, of restraint as well. I figured he'd just go right after Battie, and maybe Battie thought that as well, and perhaps that's a bit of the uneasiness.
Well,
Anticipating a fight.
Here's the thing with Twitch, though, having the tag team champions in your corner has to be a plus. Like, it's in terms of your confidence, knowing that they've got your back, he can afford to not have to go in full force.
But you do have to question the cohesion between those three. I mean, you know that World Renown, despite their recent troubles, that they are a very tightly knit unit.
Right now, Twitch has a very tight grip on Chris Desmond, though, who reverses it, and now putting some torque on the left arm. Of course, Twitch is a southpaw, so the fact that he has that injury to the right shoulder, you'd think that wouldn't have that much of an effect, but he does use that right arm for a number of power moves. And if he does hit those tonight, it's just not going to have that. I can't imagine that would have the same impact or effect.
I mean, he does use his right arm for that nervous breakdown, which he has used time and time again to both win and retain that Supersonic title.
Exactly, and right now, Twitch sending Desmond down off the ropes. Leapfrog by Desmond. Comes in quick series of reversals, and Desmond gets sent into the corner. I'll tell you what, Ferran, if that shoulder's bothering Twitch, we're certainly not seeing it so far. Quick offense from Twitch, and now taking Chris Desmond into unfriendly territory as we see Marvelous for the first time in this matchup. Going now for a quick cover. Desmond kicking out at 2.
Looking perhaps for a suplex, but instead rolling out, and in comes Nick Battie.
The focus sending Marvelous off the ropes. Of course, these two know each other. They're tag team wars of late. Marvelous right now, the speed of Marvelous, so impressive. Look at that.
Quicker than a hiccup.
Sending Battie crashing down to the mat. John Alba wants to tag, and Nick Battie has decided to pass on that.
I mean, they may not be used to working well together, but you have a very impressive combination of power and size in the God of Dad Bod, of just speed and high flying and Marvelous, and technical prowess in Twitch.
Well, not a lot of technical prowess there on the headbutts to the belly of the God of Dad Bod, but these fans, they wanted the God of Dad Bod in this match, and they got him.
That's a lot of headbutting into dark matter.
I'll
there.
tell you what, Nagata Dad Bod with the world record length of sideburns in the world of professional wrestling. Have to be very specific with that, but those impressive chops, and Alba was in and quickly out. Oh, Desmond not paying attention, and he pays for it.
Wonder if those sideburns are OSW approved.
Oof. Desmond picked up. Here we see the strength of the God of Dad Bod. Spinning around, sliding him down to the mat. And so far, the champions have the advantage in this match, as Desmond and Batiste carrying most of the load here for World Renowned.
Well, yeah, at this point, Batiste and Desmond have to see John Alba as the, in case of emergency, break glass competitor.
But, you know, props to John Alba, a true leader, will step up when there is a need, and he has done that. I have to give him credit for that. And right now we see Batiste finally getting some advantage here over Twitch. Low to the side of the head, and Batiste stays on him, following in with a clothesline. And another.
And this is the first ring action we've seen of John Alba since Turkey Slam this past year. Oh wow, what momentum with that too, and Twitch able to get out.
Nick Batiste, so incredibly talented, a gifted athlete. Offensively sound in the ring, knows how to dish out punishment, as Twitch is discovering once again these two old friendly foes. Well, actually not friendly, just old foes. Batiste now posing for the crowd. A little bit of humiliation there for Twitch.
I mean, historically, Nick Batiste has been a poser, yes.
Desmond back in, and Alba, if you take a look there on the apron, Alba feels, I guess, left out, that he has not been included. He wants to contribute. Right now is Chris Desmond, the former middleweight medallion holder, working now on that damaged shoulder at Twitch. Snatcher's trying to rally this crowd, get the Supersonic champion back in it. Oh, a small package reversal there. Chris Desmond so fast. Quickly up and taking Twitch right down. Batiste tagged back in now.
And yeah, that brace and that shoulder is a target that Luke Littler is salivating over.
I'll tell you. Batiste now. Twitch blocking the suplex attempt. He reverses, there he goes over.
Professional darts player, Luke Littler, I should say.
Okay. I'm usually not up that late to watch ESPN 6, so I didn't catch that. But Twitch makes the tag, he makes his way over. Marvelous into the ring. Here comes Desmond. The speed of both of these two on display, and just take a look at what Marvelous is doing. And now Batiste's gonna get some. And Marvelous sends both members of World Renown down. And John Alba gets knocked off the side of the ring. Alba wanted to get into this match, and now he did.
But not quite the way that he wanted.
Ah!
Dark Portal 2-0.
Chris Desmond barely hanging on there and making his way, kicking his way out. And right now, there's nobody for him to tag. John Alba is down. Nick Petit is out. Oh, look at this. Oh, I guess I learned my lesson. You never count Nick Petit out, as he just pulled Marvelous out. Tosses him back in, and they got a dab on now coming after Petit and gets smacked into the ring post. Alba once tagged in. And Desmond does it. Here comes John Alba into this match for the first time. Going up against Marvelous, he takes Marvelous down.
Couple of shoulder tackles.
Ducks under.
This looks strangely familiar.
John Alba accounting well for himself. Wait a second. Going up for a 5-knuckle shuffle, and he hits it.
A world-renowned shuffle, if you will.
Ah, well. Alba now needs to stay on top of Marvelous, gets him up.
And hits the WR.
I gotta tell you, Alba is impressing me here now, going for a cover.
But the right shoulder is up.
As Marvelous kicks out, and Desmond and Petit are still trying to recover on that ring apron. Wait, what is Nick Petit doing? He's got John Alba by the ear. Nick Petit just forcing John Alba to tag out. Grabbed him by the ear. Unbelievable.
Well, I understand the rationale. I just don't quite get the method, as we have a cover and a 2 count.
Maybe some frustration on the part of Petit that Alba's even in this match, that he wasn't able to find a third man, a third person.
Blue Thunder Bomb from 2.
Desmond. He loves that move. He gets so many wins with it, but Marvelous kicks out. Marvelous needs to make a tag. Twitch is probably his best choice, as the God of Dabbot still seems to be
shaking the cobwebs off.
Shaking the, yeah. Double team effort now sends Marvelous into the ropes. Ducks under the clotheslines.
Double DDT.
Takes down both members of World Renown, and now Marvelous needs to make his way over to the corner and make the tag. Got a Dabbot stretching his arm out. Twitch stretching, stomping, trying to motivate Marvelous to make his way over. Screaming at Marvelous. And in comes the God of Dabbot. Takes down both members of World Renown. My goodness, Desmond is down. Dabbot is fired up as he splashes Petit in the corner and now delivers one to Chris Desmond. Gets out of the way, and now splash on both.
Double noggin knocker, yes.
John Alba screaming to Nick Petit, tag me in. And the God of Dabbot says that's it. Petit going in. Oh! What? Oh!
Dark Matter slam, no.
John Alba making the save. Say what you will, but John Alba has been an asset in this match so far. Holding on now for dear life as the God of Dabbot tries to pull him off those ropes, and he does it. Heat Seeker right to the side of the God of Dabbot's head.
But has the wherewithal to fall back and tag in Twitch.
Here comes Twitch now, bouncing off those ropes.
Dragon's Breath.
Petit now. Marvelous coming up. Oh, Marvelous Destroyer.
Marvelous Destroyer. We've seen that in recent weeks.
Now Twitch going into the corner.
Mouthful of shame.
Petit's down. Twitch is going for the cover. Alba tries to make the save, but the champs retain.
The official time, 12 minutes, 56 seconds. The winners of this bout, and still the Facory Tag Team Champions and Supersonic Champion, the Booty Snatchers
The Body Snatchers and Lucas Twitch DeSangro taking everything they could handle from World Renown, but they have retained their championships here tonight at Evolution of Champions.
Certainly fantastic. To the victors go the spoils.
For John Alba and World Renown, back to the drawing board. This new philosophy so far not really working out well for them. You have to ask yourself if Brian Morris had been here tonight, if it may have been a different result. But still, credit to John Alba, who gave it his all.
Now, we'll be back with you, at least in part. Don't forget, Bell to Bell, 1 week from today, 3 p.m. bell time. Women's wrestling action brought to you by the MFPW's Missy Sampson. They present Ding Dong on May 18th, 3 p.m. bell time. And we'll, of course, be back with you on June 1st.
I
wait a
am so
minute.
not built to do this. Credit where it's due. That was a hell of a match. And that was a hell of a performance by the Body Snatchers and Twitch there. That was a hell of a performance. I'm gonna be real with you guys for a second here, as long as I can catch my breath. Tonight is gonna be my last night in indie wrestling for the foreseeable future.
Whoa.
The beauty of what we do when we do this is that we can be anybody or anything that we want to be. We project, we become larger than life. And for the last 2 years, you've certainly seen that from me, you've seen it from him, you've seen it from him, you've seen it from Brian Morris. But the reality is, and I'm being very honest when I say this, every morning that I wake up, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of bed. I know a lot of us here, whether you know it or not, we deal with something called imposter syndrome. We have no idea why we're deserving of the things that we achieve. We think poorly upon ourselves, we talk down to ourselves. But all of that changes when we come in here. All of that changes. So, 2.5 years ago, when I hit up Danny Cage and I said, Danny, I've got an idea. I've been doing my podcasts, I've been working in TV. I said, let's take 3 students at the Monster Factory and let's do something special with them. Let's build them up. And the 1 day a month that I'm here, I'm gonna roll out of bed and I'm gonna be world renowned for you. So for the last 2.5 years, that's what we've been trying to do. And think about the growth. It started with Christian Rocco. But look where he is right now. He's one of the most popular guys at the world famous Monster Factory. Brian Morris, yeah, he's off in a field in Delaware right now, but my gut tells me he's gonna be back and is gonna put on a whole lot of bangers for you in the future. Chris Desmond is one of the smartest wrestling minds in all of the world famous Monster Factory. And the reason you see him in multiple matches every show is because he's really freaking good at what he does. And the growth that you've shown, every single week for the last 2.5 years, I get a text from him. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? What if I put this on my t-shirt? What if I wear this on my ass? How's that gonna look? But it's because you're dedicated and you're focused. And I believe in Nick Petit. So I'm gonna go away for a while, and I'm gonna try to find who John Alba is. I have to focus on other things right now. But one day, should I return, well, a stern warning to everyone here. Viewer discretion is advised.
Heartfelt words from John Alba.
There's not a single thing there that I can disagree with. worked with and clashed with John Alba on numerous occasions. This is news to me. This is news to all of us here. And
warm embraces now from Desmond and from Batiste. Wait a second, whoa!
what?
Are you kidding me? Nick Batiste! Nick Batiste's a bad person. Why would you do that? This man just poured his heart out to everybody.
You bump your gums and talk about you need to go find focus. I am the focus.